Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the city of Omo in the desert Savannah Bay. This is my oldest city, my very first city for streaming, which happened probably in 2019, end of January, early February. And we are standing in the area that will eventually be the Theater Museum Complex. Behind me is the Magical Arts Museum, and now behind me is the partially constructed theater, Omo Theater. And the reason it's partially constructed is because construction has sort of stopped at the moment, waiting for stone and other funding and for furniture and things to arrive to do the rest of this. I'm going to change, and while we are waiting for all of those supplies to come in, we are actually doing a lot of work on the bayfront. You'll remember that we built a new mine to replace the mine that we had, that the Clerk brothers had. This is the new mine. There's Nicholas, Sir Nicholas. This is the new mine, and it was really amazing, really beautiful looking. And Evan from the university had taken the position of managing the mine, of being the lead miner, and he did not like it. And as a matter of fact, he did the thing that miners do from time to time, and that is he started taking apart the mine. So we have returned him to academic life. He is going to run a bookstore on the bayfront, and the sun is going down. We are going to walk through town on our way to the bayfront. So there is Jane, and this is Jane's flower farm, which is part of Oswin's Desert Collective Farm right there. We're going through the Mesa district where we have all our Mesa houses. This is actually a sandstone version of a sandstone house that has been made into, believe it or not, a birch house. It has the diorite that the birch houses use, polished diorite that the birch housing uses. These are birch apartments. We're going across here, and I think you remembered just recently Nicholas and Adrian live here, and that Nicholas's restaurant recently got a roof because he is essentially out of business when it rains. And even though he is technically in the desert, he is close enough to the land that it actually rains on the restaurant. So we're going up here past our, oh, there's Adrian. Speaking of Adrian, our accountant, Adrian has gone back to teaching for a while. He is teaching at the prep school because Catherine is there teaching alone. Catherine's the principal, but she is at present teaching alone. And the reason why is Victoria, who you see walking away from us, is in the process of moving to the bayfront with Evan. Apparently, Victoria and Evan had been working at the prep school teaching for a long time. And wow, look at this entourage here. And they when he went to work on the mine, they realized that they were, in fact, um, interest, um, dependent on each other. That's not the right word. Cared about each other, loved each other. That it wasn't just a convenient work situation, that they actually enjoyed being together. So they are going to have this bookstore right here. Both of them are going to run it. At least that's what I thought. I'm still thinking that that's probably what's going to happen, but I have one more job on the waterfront that hasn't been filled, and that is the flower shop owner. And we will probably have someone come in and do that. Now, Evan's not going to, Evan and Victoria are both going to run the bookstore together. This is Madison's workshop. Madison, in the meantime, this is Mila's carpentry shop, and this is Betty's delivery and mail right here. And this is the flower cart on the boardwalk for the flower shop, because the flower shop is behind. And I just had a cool idea. So I have a flower cart here for the flower shop, for the flower grower. And I think I'm going to have over here, I'm going to have a little bakery stand for the bakery owner. I'm going to put it right here, which would be perfect because the bakery is also in behind the boardwalk, and that will give them some clientele on the boardwalk that they can sell to. But this is the flower shop's version of what I was just talking about. And then right here we have the tavern, which has which is a hotel and a nightclub. So it is this is Minecolonies 12, so there is no tavern yet. In Minecolonies 15, the 15 cities, there will be a real tavern, but this is a restaurant that we are using as a tavern and as a hotel. And it just got finished up to a level 5. And you will notice on both of these buildings that they do not have, one side of their building is shaved away. Now, on the build for this restaurant, this side was too close to the construction tape and got shaved away. But wanting to put these two buildings this close together actually shaved the Misa. Is it Misa? No. This is a dwarven design house, shaved its side away. So this coming week, this is what we're going to end up doing. We're going to end up putting the putting those two walls back. We did start working on the future kitchen expansion for the restaurant. That the restaurant kitchen is just this section right here, which is pretty small for the fact that there's a nightclub upstairs, a formal dining room, a bar, and a patio. So there's a lot of cooking going on in this place. So obviously they have enough ovens, and it's just a matter of getting them enough space to cook. So we are working on that. And you'll remember that Felix Actually, right here, let's see, did I get turned around? Yes, Madison is continuing to work on Jason's bakery right here, and when it is done, we won't have this step down. We'll actually fill this in. It just has, it's almost ready. It's almost a level 5, and it has this lovely little part here where people can come and have pastry, and we'll see how this window is arranged, but we might actually make it that that window is a counter that they can come up to and get like lunch in the afternoon, because the nightclub and the tavern is essentially a dressy restaurant and hotel. So that would give them a nice little place for pastries and coffee and snack, lunch, those kinds of things. So that's what we're looking at. I just want to make sure that none of those are zombie villagers. Okay. Ah, bonk. Okay, so sunrise and a gorgeous sunrise. Ah, it's beautiful. So this is what we are working on right now, is to get this building done, this wall put back on, because the minute we do that, then we can have Victoria and Evan come over here. And Mila is working here. I'm going to have to find someone to run the flower shop. And I was thinking that it would be a kid. Well, we don't have any kids. So some of the last generation who don't have jobs, but everyone has something to do. And this is part of the reason why Adrian is actually back to teaching right now, until we either have some new teachers or until he gets tired of it, actually. And that is what is going on. So Victoria and Evan still live in this housing over here. That's Ryan. And Ryan is the head of the, let me see about this. Ah, and here we go. Who is in here? And there he is. There is Ryan already. Ah, I know what Ryan wants. Here's something that I thought we did, and yes, we did. Yay! That we did give an entrance to this tower right here. And there he is. He's standing on the stairs. That has to do for now. Let me look and see what he's got. He has interesting, he has a carrot salad, and we're just going to put that there for him. And he looks like he is still doing some work. We need to take all of these and make this number 0, because this isn't happening. So, then he is set. He might ask for things. We'll see. If he does, then we will pause. But he should be okay. So there is our magical arts director. He is the professor director of the archaeological. He's the director of magical arts at the university, and he is who the other magical arts professor's answer to. Hazel, who is running the Magical Arts Museum, and Adrian Gray, who is finishing the archaeological dig that Ryan started on the temple, the desert temple that was found in the desert and uncovered and restored, and is being sifted through, I guess. Research is being done on it, and pieces of historical artifacts are being cataloged. This is Carson actually asking for something. He hasn't asked for anything in a long, long time, but he is saying he needs a fishing rod, so we will give him one. All right, so then let's go back over to here. Let's go back over to the bayfront, and that is everything that we worked on this week. It doesn't seem, because it's so completed in a way, it looks like we did not get a lot done. But as a matter of fact, we had to make sure that we would have enough books, first of all, enough space, and enough housing, enough of everything over here for sailors and merchants and people on and off the boat. So this is the tavern right here, and let's go here. There we go. And let's put I am just having a little tiny bit of distraction. Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. I was distracted for a moment. Okay, so Madison is working on the bakery, and she is almost done. And after the longest time, Alex is finally back to working on Miles's blacksmith shop, and look at that. We finished. We just missed the fireworks. So we are going to, pretty. We are going to have him bring this building all the way up to a level 5. This will be the first one of these that we have built completely up. We have some of these. I think we have 1 or 2 of these in New Masaquay. And but they are a level 2, I believe, or 3. I think they're a 2, because they don't have glass. I didn't think they did. It does look like this, so they might be a level 3. Yeah, and they're going to stay the level 3. No, look at these. No, it's definitely a level 2, because these armor stands aren't there yet. And that is interesting. Okay, so let's go make sure that Alex has what he needs for this. And yes, this road is swinging around this house. I suppose I could take the stairs back a little bit, but I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to be okay with it being just like this, and that this is all right here. And we're just going to fix the other side too. We don't actually, because of the way this is on the sidewalk, we don't need for there to be protection. And let's go here and see what he is asking for. He is asking for the city council to look over his list of materials so that they can be ordered, and Betty, the delivery owner, can actually begin to collect the things on this list that are being shipped into him. They're actually going to come through her delivery shop to him. And look at that. 2 anvils are coming in. That's excellent. So he is working on it, as he said. And while he's working on it, for the last little bit that we have right now, I think I'm going to work on this. And just to get both of these back to where they were, and that is interesting. So let me take, what are we using for the outsides of this? We are actually using sand. We actually are. So this is actually where this building comes to, right here, all the way around. So we are probably, look at this, we could actually have just one window right here, and that would give them a view down the boardwalk. Pane. I haven't looked to see what pane we're using. So let me take both of these for a minute. Let me see if we changed the pane. We did not. So we are using this, but we need to put that there in order to have that piece be there. And we're continuing on. Yes, we are. And we are going to put in the sand in this area. Now, we could put windows on this side, but I think we're just going to make this entire side here just to be wall right here, next to this hotel tavern, next to the tavern. So let's bring this all the way up. When we go inside, we'll look at it and see if we want to do something more. I don't think we're going to want to. I think this is going to turn out to be the perfect wall between their house and the nightclub. This is the patio of the tavern right here. And so it's not as noisy as upstairs, but they're not doing anything up there except having their own barbecues or things of that nature. Okay, and let us go right here. This is so interesting, and I am beginning to there we go. All right, so this is going to be interesting right here, because we actually have these chairs sitting right at this edge right here, And as you notice, part of the hotel room is going to be birch. Oops, we can't have that happen. What happened there? Wait, why can't I get that? Oh, isn't that curious? What am I doing wrong? There's something wrong with this, and I don't know why it won't let me get it. See, it's not completely dropped even. Let's take that away. Oh, interesting. Now that was interesting. I don't think I'd ever seen something like that happen. We'll have to be careful about sand and walls. So let's be very careful when we do this last part. So this is going to end up being the wall of this area right here. Does it need this fence right here? It actually doesn't. It actually doesn't need this. And this will help. We'll be able to move them directly over to this area. Now this is going to be interesting, and I am going to have to put something here. And since this is, yep, this is going to show in the house, so we're going to have a curious thing going on here. We actually have to have this part come out. So this is going to be right here on the house, and we're going to have this part. We can actually, and that would be curious, but there'd be no way to justify it being held up. It's too far up to do something. So this is going to be just trimmed there. Is it going to bother me? Do I really need to take off this side? Because that side can't have that trim like that. I think I am going to have to. Okay. And there we go. So that's how this house is going to look. Let's go in for a minute. We've done some work in this house already. They have their dining room. They have their living area right here, their kitchen, and this is the wall where we just put in the extra window right there, and I really actually like that. They can't see anything here anyway, and this we can put some, we're gonna have to put something there. So, and up here we have a couple pieces here. We might have to put a picture here, something there, or it's just what happens in a house. It's some little mementos or something that they have. So these are the lights in this hallway. Are they enough? We can do a function F7 here and see if we're getting any red in this corner, and we are not, so we're good. Okay, so let's make that go away, and let's go into the bedrooms. We started to do stuff with the bedrooms, but we haven't finished, obviously. And what do we have here? Aha. So we have this bedroom is ready, and the other bedroom is not ready yet. It definitely needs a bed. And we haven't decided if we're actually going to put a real bed or if we're just going to let that have a pull-out couch. but they can now move in. And this is excellent. Yay! Yay! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I normally do during the week. This is what I do, is I work on these places. Do we want to put, yes, I think we do. Let's get, that is dark oak. Okay. But we could use spruce. SPRU. No. Jungle. JUNG. Yes. Let's use jungle. Let's use some lights. During this week coming up, we are going to work on the tavern. Now, we have one of these taverns from before, and this tavern is, it's going to be interesting to see how this tavern is going to be different from the one we have in New Miseque. New Miseque was built in that tavern was built in an acacia area and was made out of stone, but still had acacia trim and acacia interesting pieces. This should, in fact, and we were trying to decide if we wanted to make this out of end stone to match the colorings that the boardwalk already has. We would either make it out of end stone or birch, end stone and birch, sandstone, sand, all these light colors, and jungle. So with jungle, this would actually be dark oak. And then a part of me is going, but the other side of this, area is all stone, lots of stone buildings, and so we almost sort of don't have to do anything with this building except make the bedrooms and some of the dining rooms actually maybe be pretty in a casino or boardwalky type of way. And I think that's definitely what I want to do with this, because that will be very fun. So that is what we are going to work on coming up. But just right now, why don't we go ahead and do it? Why don't we have Evan and Victoria move into their house? They have been living in the dorm buildings for all this time. Let's EFD Evan. EV, there he is, Evan. So we're going to put Evan here, and then let's find Victoria, and she is down here. Let's see, there she is, and we're going to put her here. So their bedroom's a little sparse and they need some more furniture, but they just moved in. So they will begin to get more furniture in their house as they get settled. In the meantime, they will enjoy being back in their academic robes, because this, even though this is a bookstore, they are part of the academic class, and the workers here are going to be Evan and Victoria. And there we go. So they're both going to get a chance to work together in this little shop. And then walk down this street. There's Madison. Walk down this street and go home. And they're going to be very happy walking down here at night when they get off from work and watching the ships come in and living in this house. That's pretty cool. working in a bookstore, living in a house by the beach, on the boardwalk. Man, that is the life. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. As a matter of fact, Omo is the first city that I work on at the beginning of the week in Twitch and in Mixer. So I do Mixer first at 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and then I do the same city later, 5:30 at, did I say 4:30? I meant 4 o'clock. And at 5:30 I do Twitch, um, and continue working on the same city. So we're going to continue deciding what we're going to do about the tavern. It's going to be really fun, and that is going to be what we do this week. And then maybe we'll get back to the theater complex as soon as we have a good feeling about what we want to do with it. And this will be pretty settled by that time, and so we'll be able to go back and do that. Part of the reason that we got involved over here was Evan being unhappy about being a minor and wanting to put one more set of housing so we would have enough housing for himself, for he and Victoria, for him and Victoria, for him and Victoria to move over here. So enjoy watching all the other streamers, and I hope to see you during the week. Bye for now. If I don't see you during the week, I'll be back next Sunday for Sunday City Sundays, and you can watch my other cities if this is your first time, but I doubt it. Constant, thank you so much for being here all morning long. I really appreciate it. I know it's you, and thank you so much. And bye for now. Bye for now.